Greetings, and welcome to Let Me Be Your Game Guide, a podcast that spends each episode delving into a mystical new video game, exploring its charms and challenges, and helping you decide if it should be next on your list. I'm your host, Rylan.
And I'm Emma.
Join us for this week's discussion episode as we leave our sleeves behind, learn 5 ways to say no, question our own intelligence, and maybe even do some Bible study. So let's escape reality and enter the metaphysical. For the remainder of this episode, let me be your game guide.
You're always adding the most fun stuff when you host.
I'm just trying to do stuff.
I'm done hosting.
No,
I'm finished.
You're not.
No, I think it's so fun to listen to new creative things.
No, I
we
can't
added.
do it forever. I'll burn out.
Like, no.
And stop.
No, but it is. I really enjoy all of the little extra stuff you put in.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. If this is your first episode, that we always do fun extra things. It's fine.
But welcome. Yeah. I wish that I knew how to say welcome in one of the 5 languages we learned.
Greetings.
Greeting.
I'm always burping at this point in the episode.
It's because you swallow air when you host.
Yeah.
I'm always burping.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Like,
There's usually you and Sean that I'll let you talk and that's when I burp, but it's just the two of us today.
There's no chance to burp.
Yeah. So
please excuse me, listeners.
Sean is gone again.
Yeah, Sean is still gone. He's still out. We're also still talking about Chants of Sennaar.
Yes.
Which everybody knew because that's the episode title.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're like, what the hell is that? Go listen to last week's episode.
Yep.
Where we tell you what the hell it is. It's a puzzle game, puzzle adventure game where you are solving. Yeah, go listen to last week and I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
You're solving.
It's language interpretation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But gosh, that makes me think, I wish that they did speak out loud. That would be crazy. That would be crazy for them to include, but that would be really fun too.
Yes.
Because then you could speak the language as well as write it theoretically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can
you wanted
see
to be a big nerd.
Yeah, some of the things in my brain, but I don't know how to say it.
Oh, some of the symbols.
Yeah.
This game actually has a relatively active Discord.
Oh,
I feel
that's
like,
cool.
for a game like this, that's like, it's 3 years old now. Well, I guess it's 2.5 only, but, and it, it's just kind of a, quick sub 10-hour game and it's just one and done kind of thing. It's got a relatively active, did I say Discord? I meant Reddit.
Oh,
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean, either or.
Yeah, it's got a relatively active Reddit.
That's cool.
Actually, which is kind of fun. So check it out if you want to. But this episode, we're going to talk more about the game. We're going to spoil things. We're going to tell our embarrassing stories about words that we said wrong.
Yeah.
Talk about the cultures that we loved. Talk about, we'll talk a little bit about like some of the inspirations for different things in the game.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear about
It's
that.
not as deep. Don't be too excited. It's not that deep, but I'm going to touch
anything
on that.
about
it. But last week we rated the game. What was your final rating?
My final rating was a 4.4.
That was my final rating.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you were at a 4.3.
No.
Nice. We're matched. Okay,
Same.
That's 4.4 out of 5. So it's quite high. It's very good. Very good game.
You know what we didn't do? We didn't guess what Sean's rating is.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that Sean quite finished it, but he did play. He was playing it pretty steadily, I feel like.
Yeah. 3.9. No.
3.9?
3.6. 3.6.
3.6?
Yeah. That's my guess.
I'm going to is it a Price is Right move if I do like a 3.7 or that'd be like a 3.5, huh?
You just can't go over if we're doing Price is Right.
Well, let's not do Price is Right. Let's just do closest. Whoever's closest. So I'll go
Okay.
3.7.
Okay.
And then
we'll see.
We'll see who's closer.
Yeah.
Will you text him right now while I talk more? And maybe he can send something out. We can reveal it towards the end if he gets back to us in time. And while you were texting him, I'm going to ask you a question.
Sweet.
Do you know what we played this time last year?
Oh, no. Because we had just finished UFO 50. That was your pick. Which means the next pick is a listener pick.
That's right.
So we were playing. Oh, God. Not Balatro, not, was it Tunic? No.
It was not Tunic.
Damn it.
So this is actually why I was watching TikToks last night.
Oh.
Because I was thinking about the TikToks I made for this game.
Oh, no. I don't remember. You have to tell me a hint or something. Who, do you remember what listener requested it?
Yeah, it was Christy. Of course.
Oh, Figment.
Yeah.
Okay.
First try.
That's so funny. Yeah, we went from a game you absolutely loved to a game you absolutely hated.
I don't think I absolutely hated it. We've played some more stinkers since then, I should say. But yeah, that was last year at this time we were playing Figment. We were talking about the rating episode of Figment, which was a fun episode to talk about, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And that was requested by our friend Christy.
Yeah.
She emailed us at letmebeyourgg@gmail.com and said, hey, you guys want to play this game? And we're like, yeah, let's do it. And you, dear listener, you can also participate in this sacred ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Give us an email at letmebeyourgg@gmail.com. Tell us what you want us to play. We'll do it eventually. And when I say eventually, I just mean that it takes a long time because we're very backed up.
Yeah.
But we will play it.
Yeah. Because we only play once. It's like once every 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, once every 8 weeks.
Yeah. It's like every 2 months we play a listener game, basically.
Yeah.
But you can also engage with us on our socials, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, X, and the aforementioned TikTok has some gameplay related TikToks and some other junk, I guess. On TikTok, we are Let Me Be Your Game Guide. Those other socials, we are just Let Me Be Your GG. You can get us on Patreon. Patreon has some content for you. Emma doing her press start series where she's playing the first hour on a stream.
But for this game, we actually decided to upload one of your previous streams.
Yeah.
So you can check that out of Rylan playing the demo.
Yeah, and you know if on that stream it's just the Chants of Sennaar, or you can upload the whole video that has
At this time, I was thinking the whole video.
Yeah, do it.
Because Chants of Sennaar is in there, but I want to get you guys some extra content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some other demos that I played on there.
Yeah.
But Chants of Sennaar is one of the only demos that I played from my stints of demo streaming that has stuck in my mind.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm glad it did because this was a fun one to play.
It was.
And let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Just kind of go through our experiences up the tower.
Absolutely. I mean, we can just start level by level.
Yeah.
And then maybe at the end you can give some facts and stuff that you found out about the game. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Whoa, we're in exile.
No.
Is it going to sound like that? Do you have the...
Yeah.
Wow. That's annoying.
It's okay. We'll fix it. All right. We're recording again. Sorry about that.
Reporting live from the bottom of the...
Ocean.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was going to say from the bottom of the tower.
Oh, truly, it did sound like we were in exile.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. I imagine that's what the guy sounded like when he was like,
God.
No!
Yeah, no wonder they wanted to shut him off. He sounded like shit.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry about that, everyone.
Yeah, I don't know how you're going to thread this back together or what, but if you're going to.
It's fine. We're probably just... It's fine. I'll make it work.
Wow.
I guess I'll edit this podcast.
You have no choice this time.
Fuck! Well, in that time that we were fixing the audio, Sean did get back to us. And he rated this game a 3.5. He said it was fun.
Loser.
What?
Oh, nothing. Go ahead.
What did you say before we started recording? That I was king of the world? And what was it? Yeah, that's not what you said at all.
You win.
Oh, yeah.
You win. You're an award-winning podcaster.
Why is that so funny?
I don't know.
Oh, man. So he only played 2 hours. Really liked the intro music. But you really had to stay on top of the translations or else it got really hard.
Accurate. Very true.
Yes, which is true. He said 3.5. It was fun.
Damn it.
The puzzles with the linguistic element was really cool.
True.
He's here in spirit.
And that's Sean
that was Sean haunting the...
Oh my God.
It was...
Yeah, it was like, oh God, Sean's coming through live and crackly bits.
Yeah. Crackly bits.
Damn, I'm glad Sean's not here then for the whole episode because that sounded bad. No offense, Sean.
Oh man. Okay, so we're starting at the bottom.
Yeah. The very bottom of the tower.
The tower.
Or something.
Yeah.
We like come out of like a weird coffin casket machine.
Yeah.
3D printer thing.
I was like, did I just get 3D printed? Because there is like a weird, like, it looks just like a column, but it's almost like a little, I don't know.
Like it's like, you're being like manufactured or something.
Yeah.
Like, it like raises up and then you're like you like fit the size of the imprint. You're like a molded creature.
Mm-hmm.
But you're like.
With a hunchback.
Hunchback?
You don't actually have a
hunchback.
hunchback.
You have a big robe, a big purpley red robe.
Mm-hmm.
You got no sleeves on that bad boy.
No.
Which is insane to me. I don't know why. It's crazy.
Hot. It's hot out there.
But you're going to get like, I don't know. That just seemed crazy to me.
Yeah.
The robe with no sleeves.
I will say, I don't think that I've ever seen a sleeveless robe. So. Yeah.
Or it probably looks, maybe if it does exist, which, maybe it does, it probably looks more normal in real life, but it looked crazy in the game to me.
Perhaps.
Yeah, and you start off on this first area you start off is called the Abbey.
Mm-hmm.
And you're really just like picking up some really quick words at the beginning as you flip switches. You learn the word for like up and down or open and close, I guess.
Open and close, yeah.
Of
course they're the easiest words, but I'm starting out, I'm like, I'm great at this game. This is easy.
Feels good.
I got this. Yeah. Open, close.
Well, it's funny because I even forgot because I put up and down at first, which is dumb. Like, why would the thing be labeled up and down? The lever that you push up and down. Yeah. So I guess maybe I wasn't that good at the game at the beginning, but I got through it.
It takes a while to get into the mindset that you need to be in to like actually learn the language, I would say.
Yeah.
So yeah, in the beginning I was like, even though I did get those 2 words right, I was like, uh-oh, I don't really know how I'm going to go about this.
Yeah. And especially like, they do a good job though. At the beginning, you're kind of like guided. You don't have a lot of different ways you can go.
Sure.
So you're kind of railroaded to like learn some things before you have more freedom. Cause you do get a little bit of freedom on each area.
Yeah.
In this area, it's like very bright yellow and red.
Yes. Bright yellow and red is exactly.
And you're with the devotees. How do you say that?
Devotees.
They're religious folk. They believe in God, a god of some sort, who created the tower and created the people, and they've come here to worship.
Yeah. Was it a mix of like man and devotees? Or are they all devotees? Devotees. I don't know. That was a little bit unclear to me because it seemed like there was. You play that little card game that explains like God is at the top and warriors are next, and then devotees, and then peasants. Yeah,
but it was unclear.
I took that as like human. It's just man.
Yeah, but it's unclear to me like who's a devotee and who's a peasant.
I felt like the devotees had like a headpiece.
That's true. Yeah.
But then there was also a word for preacher. And so
they had a specialer headpiece.
They did. So I don't know if that was like the leader of the devotees. Yeah. Well, and the preacher was kind of like almost like that's who God was speaking through.
Yeah.
So you had the preacher who was almost like the voice of their God, and then the devotees that were worshiping God through the preacher, and then man who was just like your basic human.
Yeah, your basic human.
Yeah.
Just me.
Yeah.
And this area, like you did a lot of like little tasks. Like there was like a kid that like helped you out, but he wanted to play hide and seek at first. And so you learn like seek and find and stuff like that. And then he shows you how to like sneak into the abbey proper, I guess.
Yeah, because the warriors are blocking your entry to the abbey.
Yeah, they're like bullies.
Well, and this is when you get introduced to the second language before you can even learn it. And I was like, oh, there's more than one language.
I don't think I realized that at the beginning.
Oh, really? I mean, it opens a new section of your book.
Oh, really? Did I not talk to them?
Maybe not.
I don't know. It's like I was vaguely familiar with this area from the demo.
So you're probably kind of.
And I was like I knew that I wasn't going to need to, I couldn't go that way yet or whatever.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if you talk to them, they say some things to you and then it opens up a different section of your book.
Yeah.
But you can't do anything with it yet.
That's cool. Yeah. Cause I feel like there being multiple languages was a surprise.
Yeah. I had no idea. I was very excited about it.
Which actually I think is good because once you learn a lot of the basic words, you'd have too many clues as you go through the rest of it, I think.
Yeah.
but yeah, they did a good job. And like the script in this area, it was very like, it was kind of like based on like ancient Sumerian, like cuneiform.
Oh.
Kind of, and mix of a lot of things. All these scripts and languages are like based on a lot of things, but like kind of like one of the shticks that a lot of these languages have is how they handle plurals. And for this, it was very interesting because it's just like, it puts it twice. So if you're saying like warriors, you'd say warrior, warrior, or chairs, plural is chair, chair.
Yeah.
For example, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, that is fun. Well, and you also there was always like a negative as well.
Oh yeah.
And the negative was more similar in most of the languages. Like this one, it was pretty, it would be like the not it was like warrior, warrior, not, and then a word.
Yeah.
But some other languages would have symbols on both sides of the
Bard languages was like that.
Yeah. We'll get to the Bard language. I'm really excited to talk about that one. Because I have a feeling that was the one that we both struggled with.
Yep, absolutely.
But I'll say, I mentioned this last episode, but one of my first like big mistakes was there was a gate, like a fast travel gate in this first courtyard area that I never found until the very end of the game.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know, because I felt like the tower showed all of the doors except for this one. It did not show that fast travel door until you found it.
I think it didn't show any of them until you found them because they were just little lines.
Maybe.
On the thing. Yeah.
Gosh. Yeah. Of course, all the doors were there by the time I was done with this. I was like, how did I miss it?
Oh no.
But yeah, so I completely missed this fast travel gate. I thought there was only one gate in this first area, and
that would have impacted your ability to like do the true ending or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I tried to go. And I'm getting ahead a little bit, but I tried to finish the game and they were like, no, don't come up or you're gonna, like, we'll die. You have to make the people talk.
Oh.
And I was like, what?
Is that what happens?
Well, they gave me the option to try and go up, but then I panicked and I was like, oh no, wait, did I not do all the connections? And then I looked and I was like, all my doors, like I found all the doors.
You didn't even know.
I didn't even know that I didn't have a gate, and I actually had to look it up.
Wow.
Because I was like, what am I doing wrong? Did I forget to do something? And then I literally just looked up, like after I asked my question, I saw a picture and I was like,
that's a new one.
Why is there a door there? I was like, God damn it. So then I went back to the first level and I just ran around everywhere until I found it.
I feel like that one wasn't even the most hidden, I guess.
No, I don't know how I missed it. Because the kid goes over there at one point.
Yep.
I think maybe I went down there and I didn't even interact with it.
Yeah, and just spaced out. Yeah, there's lots to wonder and explore in that game at the beginning. Like, you don't know what to do. Yeah. And what you're talking about, though, is like, there's these, like you said, the fast travel doors that are kind of mysterious. Like, for a long time, I didn't get it when I was finding them. But they each have like, you can fast travel at them. You can see this diagram that starts to make these like 5 floating dots.
Yeah, it has like around. A bunch of dots floating around.
And as you do the last part, they start connecting and making connections, because the last part is like acting as a translator between the languages.
Yeah. It's
so you'll have like
a tablet with like FaceTime.
It's weird because it's like very technological. It's weird until the end of the game anyways. But yeah, so you'll have like, basically you'll resolve differences in the people and find like a common ground by translating for them. Yeah. And we are getting way ahead of ourselves, but
it's helpful to know how those doors work because I brought them up.
No, and it's just like kind of a big meta puzzle for the game. I thought it was quite fun.
Yeah. I liked, because of course some of the communications you can see they're between two people, and like it's a language you just have not even reached yet, and you're like, oh, okay, I'll have to come back to this one. But the second I got to a door where I knew both the languages, I was like, let's translate it right now. Yeah, I didn't wait till the end. I don't know if people do that, but I was like, we're getting this done.
I kind of started doing that about halfway through the game. Because I think I got stuck at one point. I think it was like I knew both languages, but I didn't know all the glyphs in the one I was working on. Yeah. So I wasn't sure how to proceed, and I never. Yeah. But it's kind of funny though, because I think it's one of those first two fast travel gates that you get to in the Abbey area, the initial bottom rung of the tower. It's like between those people and the alchemists, but since he looked so much different, like this scientist alchemist guy looked so much different than everybody I'd encountered, I thought he was like a character, not like a people.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, like this guy,
who is this guy?
Like I can't wait till I can meet this guy. And they did have like my favorite design as far as like how they looked. I thought they looked cool. But then I met them and I was like, oh, there's a bunch of them. I get it now.
Yeah. But there's a lot more to this little abbey area. Once you sneak in, you've got like, what is it? Like the graveyard.
And there's like the shops area, and there's like a
nursery. I think I called it the nursery. I can't remember what the actual word was, but it was where they were growing all their plants.
Yeah, in these pots, and you kind of do some different puzzles, and it's kind of fun because there's the devotees are like, you're in their like what they're like chapel or whatever. I guess they're abbey. Wow. And you can't get into certain areas because you're not allowed, but if you like pretend to be one, they're like in a line walking through solemnly, and you can like just join the back of their line, which is fun, and just get in there and solve some puzzles. But it's kind of fun. There's like a sign that points different directions. It's telling you like the graveyard's over here, this is over there, and so you can kind of pick up those words from that sign. But this area is very like simple looking, I would say. It's very plain. It's got like the pots with the plants. It's got a lot of like staircases without railings.
You had some palm trees, I think.
Yeah, palm trees, arches.
This was also so in that shop area, I had already guessed most of the words. I think I had one glyph that I hadn't learned yet, like it was blank. All the other glyphs, I very confidently knew what they were. I was like key, pot. I think one I had like bottle, but it ended up being potion.
Sure.
I did not talk to the shopkeepers because I was like, I know what's in there. I don't need to talk to you. But that's what triggers. You didn't get
like the want and stuff.
Yes, and so there's one verb. That's the one that I was missing, and then the page that confirms all of those. So I went on to level 2 without having any of those.
Oh wow! Okay,
confirmed. So, which later, when I was at one of those fast travel gates trying to translate, I was like, I don't have the word for make or whatever that last verb was.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn it, I need to go back and figure out what I missed. And that's when I realized I should be finishing all the languages
as you
before.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I got into trouble. It was in the third area. I got into trouble because I kept advancing without knowing things.
Oh,
and then I was in a huge
and that's
mess.
The bard area, right?
Yeah, which is the hardest one anyway.
Oh, no.
So
yeah.
And I guess we'll get there in just a bit though.
Yeah.
But you also had you had a couple different puzzles here. Like I thought it was fun that there was like the puzzle where you have to like move the carts around. It was like the game Rush Hour, if you're familiar. Yeah. It wasn't super hard, but I was like, oh, this is fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they did some different things. I'm trying to like look at my notes to see if there's anything I wanted to bring up.
They also did a really good job of like when there were items you needed to find, it always like twinkled and then it made a noise.
Yeah.
So you'd be walking and you'd hear this like ding, and then you'd watch this and you're like, ooh, there's something over there I need. Which I liked.
I don't think that anything in this game was like trying to be like really piss you off.
The language was difficult enough.
Was the hard enough. Yeah. Yeah. So everything else was just like stuff to do while you're doing the language and thinking about that.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think, like you eventually solve like the preacher's code.
Yeah, because the preacher's missing. So you find like the preacher's journal and they're like, I've found the way in to, they're like, I'm ascending. And in the graveyard, you face statues to like, face a certain way, and then one of the big like mausoleum looking things moves over, or it's like a statue that moves over, and you're able to go down, and that leads you into this like kind of underground area, but you come back up where the warriors are.
Yeah, so now you're like it's like very blue. It's like kind of blue and gray here.
Yeah, there's some red too, but it's more cool. It's less like hot desert feeling and more like cool,
absolutely,
like iron, like stone, more like cool tones.
Yeah, and the warriors are like they're so It's like a military base kind of that you're at now. It's the fortress, I think is what it's called. I called it the barracks for a long time before I got the translation, but
yeah, I had army for a while.
Okay,
I had
yeah.
armory and army because I was just like, I could not think of like words.
Yeah, because I think I had armory for what ended up being like treasure or something, but I was on the same page as you as like armory something.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was kind of a fun area, I felt like, because at the beginning, like for a lot of it, you can't let them see you because they'll like chase you and get you, and then you have to restart that room or whatever. So it's kind of like you had to be sneaky, doing a lot of stealth. You're like trying to avoid them. Certain areas you can't get to yet because they're guarding it.
Yeah.
But eventually, and there was some stuff that happened before this, but I thought this was so fun. You get into this room and you get to dress up as them, and then you're free to walk about.
But you have to make sure that you're wearing the right stuff.
Which I guess was a puzzle, but I was really bummed because I was telling Emma, I was like, oh, check this out. Like, I'm going to use the shield and I'm going to use the spear. And then I walked out and I got, and I was like, oh, what?
Yeah.
You have to dress exactly like them.
I also put everything on that I could and left. And immediately I was like, dang it.
Yeah. I looked so much cooler the other way.
I know.
They would have I would have been like the man if they had seen you walk out in that.
Yeah.
But instead I was just with them. But it kind of makes sense because they were very like uniform and march orders. And yeah, they had a lot of words that were like, well, it's interesting because they put their plural first. They had like a sign that meant plural.
Yes.
And it would go first. So if it's like warriors march, it'd be plural warrior march.
Yes.
Which is kind of neat. But they had a lot of like guys telling other guys what to do. Like, you pick up the large chest, you pick up the small chest.
Yeah.
Like, you pick up the bottle and then you push the cart, I guess happened a lot. But
yeah.
So then now once you're dressed up as them, then you can infiltrate that and you can be the person that picks up the large chest.
Yeah. I think I got a little bit lost in this area.
It was a big area.
Yeah, there was a lot of different places to go. So I know that at one point I was like, I need to backtrack because I definitely forgot to go a certain way. There were a couple areas like this. The alchemist area was really confusing to me for the longest time. It took me, and they had like the best. I was gonna say
they had a nice map.
They had such a nice map, and I just like could not figure it out.
Wow.
But yeah, I liked this area. It was refreshing to kind of, again, different mechanics, but still doing the same thing. Yeah.
And they had like every step of the tower as you go up it, they have a little bit more technology. It felt like here they had the hamster wheels kind of thing that you walk in.
Oh yeah.
But then it like creates weights that you can use as counterweights to like lift platforms and things like that. So that kind of makes it sound like there's a lot of puzzle solving that you are, but it's not very complex in any area.
It's very easy.
The part that I struggled with the most here was there's an area where you're holding a torch in a dark room and you need to like turn the thing so that the star map goes correctly. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I think this is like towards the end of the area.
It is.
But the indicator that I could put down my torch where I needed to wouldn't show up all the time.
I had to turn it completely around how it was supposed to be. And then I could put the torch in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that happened to me as well. I was just like, I can't put the torch in right.
Yeah.
And
it would have been nice if you could, and then it just, obviously you couldn't see the star map correctly.
Like, wouldn't work.
Yeah. But I struggled with that a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think I struggled much in this area. I'm trying to think if there were any words that... Big and small, for some reason, I did not get big and small for a while. I was like, until you get the page where you see it and it's like a big person and a little person, I was like, oh, it's size. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I figured out the sizes.
Yeah, it's funny how focused I would like. I noticed I would get focused on certain things, but completely get tunnel vision and be like, I have no idea what this word means. And then you learn it and you're like, oh, duh. Like, of course that's what it means. But for some reason, I was so, like, focused on something else, I could not switch gears.
I think, like, in some ways, this area was easier for me than even the first one in some aspects, because there was a lot of, like, the warriors were just doing their own thing, and I could spend a lot of time observing them and, like, connecting their words with what they were doing a lot, which I don't think the other areas had as much. Like, I mean, maybe a little bit, like, they had a lot of, like, them commanding each other,
It was
which I
very
could
direct.
see it was very like direct. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for some reason I was still like, what? What are you doing? What do you want me to do? I don't know. Yeah.
And this area also introduced like the first time that this is the stupidest thing. I'm very dumb.
Oh no.
This is the part that I struggled with the most, is at like the very beginning of this, there's a broken like tablet thing.
Yeah.
That is like basically a direct translation between the first language and the second language.
Uh-huh.
And the game, and then it opens, and what it says is, warriors don't like death, death loves warriors, which I think is just a great quote in general.
Sure.
And it says that in 2 languages, and then it opens a journal page and it tells you like tutorial words are there saying like, sometimes you'll get a direct translation.
Yeah.
And I was baffled. I did not know what the fuck that meant. That was one of the last things that I solved in this area, because I was like, I don't know what the tip is even trying to tell me.
Like you didn't recognize it was the old language and
Well, it's like, I think I knew because it was translating it for me, right? Because I already filled out the whole old language, but I was like, okay, but I don't know what that one, I don't know what the new language is. It's just like,
oh no.
That literally, it took me so long. And then when it clicked, I was like, why did I struggle with this? So,
oh, that's funny.
Not the sharpest tool in the Warrior Fortress.
That's all right.
Oh yeah, I even wrote down how cool my outfit was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
cool outfit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had the spear, I had the shield on my back, and I had the tall headpiece.
Yeah.
But you need pretty much everything opposite of that. You need the sword, bracers, and the short headpiece. That's what they want you to have.
Oh man, I guess I didn't realize there was a taller headpiece, because I don't think I switched my headpiece, but I thought I had the tall headpiece.
It was dope. And I think I thought about this later, but I don't know if it was here, but somewhere in this tower, there's a lot of doorways that had they were squared at the top, and they had an extra tall square at the top.
Oh.
And I was like, that's for tall people like me, how I want to be.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, the doorways, a lot of the architecture, like the windows, was really cool shapes.
Yeah.
Very creative. It wasn't super boring, but this area was the most rectangular, I would say.
Yeah.
Out of all of them. Yeah, and I also liked the warriors. They referred to the devotees and everybody below them as the impure, and as monsters sometimes.
Yeah.
So,
anyone who wasn't inside the tower was impure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for the people above them were the chosen ones.
The chosen.
The ones that got to go further.
Which are the bards.
I don't know if you're ready to go up, but before we do, the really quick, the script that the warriors used, they were runic. They were very
okay.
Yeah. Runic probably gives enough of a description by itself, but a lot of straight lines, kind of that you might engrave. It specifically, I saw a reference to runic alphabet called Elder Futhark, which was from the 2nd through 8th century used, but a lot of these runic languages were used in Northern Europe and different places, a lot of different places actually, in Germanic areas. But yeah, I thought that was interesting.
That is cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. And so once you ring all the bells in the correct order, which is the final puzzle of this area.
Oh God, this made me feel dumb.
Oh, did it?
It took me such a long time to figure out that I was ringing the bells in a certain order, and then I think it took me a while to figure out what order to ring the bells in.
Oh.
I don't know why. I can't remember, but I was kind of running around quite a bit. I was like, what do I do? And then I figured it out, and I was like, oh, I'm dumb.
I think I didn't have the information I needed when I was there, so I had to come back. But when I came back, it was really easy.
Yes, I think and that happened to me a few times in this game. And after this experience, I realized, if you're in some area and you can't easily solve a puzzle, you probably don't have the information you need.
Yeah, which is kind of fun because a lot of these areas, it wasn't necessarily a lot of times you started on one path, but then at some point it would open up and you can go multiple ways.
Yeah.
Which was kind of fun, but you could get yourself into trouble with having too many unknown words and it's a mess now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, it was dangerous if you got to let it get away from you.
Which is what happened to me in the next area.
I'm so excited to talk about this area.
The Bards area.
Yeah.
in the gardens is what it was called. And it was very pretty.
It was beautiful. You get some like blues, but like light blues, like not like the dark, cold blues you were getting from the Warriors area, but this is more of like a warm, I don't know. It is like a lighter blue, like an aqua blue.
Yeah. Like water you want to swim in kind of stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, you get a little bit more of like the palm trees back and the sandiness, and you're kind of more outside.
Yeah.
And
it's very relaxing.
Yeah, everyone seems really chill.
They live a very charmed life.
Yeah, until you start deciphering what they're saying, and you realize that they're calling you an idiot a lot of the time.
Yes, they are.
They're like rude.
They're like, you idiot. You don't need to look for things. Yeah. Or you'll never find things. Or,
yeah, they were rude. But before I knew what they were saying, I was like, these people are cool. Yeah.
It took me a long time to know what they were saying, so it was fine.
Yeah, well, I think the hardest part about this language is that you get like a swapping of the way that the language is spoken, like verbs and adjectives, and like the subject. Yeah. The subject of the sentence it's Yoda speak.
Yeah, it's Yoda speak basically. So it's like instead of like subject, verb, object, which is like normal in English, it's object, comma, subject, verb.
Yeah, so like
for them.
Happy you are.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and that was, I think, until I figured out that was the structure of the language, it was near impossible to figure out what was going on.
Yes.
And this is where filling in words, even when you had no idea what it was helpful. Yeah. Because you could at least decipher that it was a noun, or that it was an adjective or a verb. And then even if the word was completely wrong, I was able to see the structure of the sentence. And I was like, oh, things are rearranged. I get it. It like clicked. Yeah. And I was like, okay. And this was really difficult when you were translating this language into other languages.
Yes.
Because you would have to flip the subject and the object again when you were like talking in the warrior language. When they were saying, happy you are, it had to be you happy in war. It's just so confusing. So yeah, this really threw a wrench into my learning experience for a hot second.
Yeah, I struggled quite a bit. I was like talking to people. I had all sorts of ideas. Yeah. I did start doing like what you're talking about, but like at one point, okay, so this was like, I wrote this down, this translation that I had wrong. I wrote down create like plant, which is what I thought they were saying. Yeah. They were actually saying me you found. Oh. So I was like wrong on absolutely everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember exactly what I had wrong before I figured stuff out, but like I think the easiest ones to figure out were the people playing music. I thought it was like I like music or something like that. And then I think one page my like I and my music, like the subject and the object were swapped from what I thought it was. And I talked to them again because I was like, wait, what? And then I realized the structure of the sentence. And then I was just like, oh, I get it now. I get it.
Yeah, I agree. Like once you understood that,
yes,
things fell into place a lot easier.
Yeah,
but it is brutal, and it was like a nice point in the game to throw that in too, because you're like, okay, I'm used to the structure of the game now. I'm on the third level.
Yeah,
we're doing this again, and you're like, why can't I get it?
Yeah, it's like, why is this hard? Yeah. I was so confused, and then it all clicks, and you're like, those bastards, they've completely changed the sentence structure on me. But it was funny too, because the beginning part of this was so small. And I really felt like I was like, why can't I figure this out? And this was smart. They didn't give you a lot of places to go. They were like,
you just had like one little loop that you could do around this area.
Yes, until you figured out how to understand the base structure of this language, you could not go anywhere else. Yep. Which was great, but also for a second I was like, I'm not going to figure this out. I have no idea what's going on.
For a bit, yeah. And they even gave you like a lot of different people to talk to. There was like statues to look at with labels on them. There was the monkeys that like made the little show happen on the cart.
That was super helpful. Once you find the bananas.
Yeah.
I couldn't find the bananas for a while. I was like, what do these monkeys
want? What do they want?
Yeah. But I respected this level.
Yeah.
And this was at this time I was like, this is my favorite level. I thought it was really cool.
Oh yeah.
Just thought it was really like pretty to look at, and
yeah, it was relaxing. And then you find out there's kind of like a dark underbelly.
Yes.
There's like the servant class that wants to like rebel.
Yeah.
And they also like make the instruments. So they're like very skilled laborers. But they live like in the sewers, and this place was a maze.
Oh my gosh. The second I got, because of course, yeah, you're in this beginning area. I'm like, wow, this is a really small area. And then you get introduced. There is more to go to. And you're like, oh, okay, no, this is normal size. This is normal compared to the other levels. And then you go down and it's like, where am I?
Yeah.
I never directionally figured out like how to go places.
I feel like it didn't connect in a logical way, but maybe I just didn't spend enough time.
Yeah.
It was hard too, because a lot of times there'd be doorways. You're like, oh, I want to go that way now, but the doorway was shut.
It was like locked.
With like the gate or whatever.
Yeah.
So you had to like find another way around. And by then I was like, I don't even know if I'm where I want to be.
Yeah. I got where I needed to be by luck. And I also, at this point, had completely... So you run into a purple door down there.
Yep.
Forgot about it.
Yep.
Forgot about it. Because I was so thankful to actually find where I needed to go under there. You know, I had seen that purple door and I'm like, I'll be back for you. And then I completely forgot. And then we do come back to it later.
It's funny too, because later, and we'll talk about this, like about what they are, but there's a purple door on every level.
Yeah.
And I think I found all of them, but I cannot remember where any of them were.
Me too. Yes. It was only the very last level before you have to find all the purple doors.
Fresh.
Yeah. I was like, I know exactly where that door is. And then when I realized they were on every level, I went, oh no, I don't remember where the other ones are.
And it wasn't until the fourth level. We'll talk about it in just a bit. We'll talk about it in just a bit. Kind of the final puzzle in this area was like, you have to get like a compass, learn your directions, watch a play that the bards are putting on that like talks about like, oh, when you find the sword, the hero went west. And then when the hero found the saw blade, then this hero went north.
I thought that this was like Ocarina of Time when you're in the when you're Link in the forest and you're running through that maze and you have to follow the music.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I haven't played that.
Oh my god. Okay. Well,
request it. Put a request in.
I would love that. So I found this when I had the compass, but I didn't have like the directions. So I was like, okay, this is the puzzle. I need to figure out which way is north. And then I need to go north because I was facing a different direction every time I went in there. And I failed a few times and I was like, I'm just not getting it. I'm like, okay, it's north, wherever it's pointing. I am going to go to like the left or something like that. I literally got all the way to the sword, the very last one, just by luck, on accident, thinking I had figured it out. I was like, I got it. This is awesome. I know exactly what to do.
Forcing stuff.
And then I failed on the last one, and I was like, what? Oh my god. And then I realized that just by luck, I had chosen the right directions, thinking I had figured it out. Why I thought it was, always go to the to the right of where it says north is or something like that. It was so stupid.
But you didn't know where north was.
No, but I was wherever the compass was pointing, instead of adjusting the compass to point north that way, I was like, I don't know. I don't even remember
your
what
survival
it was.
skills are not. Yeah.
No. But yeah, no, I ended up getting to the play. And then I felt stupid because I was like, wow, I needed, again, if you can't easily solve the puzzle, you don't have enough information.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. But
you do eventually get through all that.
Yeah.
For real. And then you get to my favorite area.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
I liked the fourth level a lot.
The alchemists.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you get some like spooky
know.
monsters.
This
it's
is like,
scary.
Yeah. Before you get to like the alchemist proper area, you're like in the mines. And it's spooky and there's something down there with you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, is this game spooky now? Like, what is happening?
Well, it took me such a long time to realize they couldn't go into the sun.
Oh, there's like a little like half cut scene where he like shows you that he doesn't want to go in there.
I thought that I was just invincible. I thought that he was running towards me and then he couldn't get to me because I had this invisible force field around me.
Well, you definitely weren't invincible.
Which is funny because I immediately ran at him because I was like, you can't get me. And then
the survival skills are so poor.
And so I died. And then I watched the cutscene again and I was like, oh, okay, he can't get me unless I run towards him. Which made the next part really difficult. I'm crying now. So dumb. Because in the next part, you have to like distract him and then run into the sun. I spent like 20 minutes just trying to run to the door. I was like, there's no way. Mechanically, I can't get there.
Oh, no.
It was so dumb. And then I accidentally ran into the sun, and that's when...
and then it worked for you.
Yeah. God, I'm crying.
I thought that was.
So
I thought
funny.
this was really fun.
It was. It was very fun once I stopped being an idiot.
Well, in this monster, it was like, I don't know what kind of monster that was. It was like Groot, if Groot was on fire.
Yeah, because it had like a little like spiky head.
Yeah. And it was like a big weird body.
Yeah.
It was basically Groot.
Like all black.
But he was like, was his head like on fire?
Yeah, he had like fire coming out of the top of his head, and then the rest of his body was like sooty black.
Yeah, and honestly, he was kind of goofy looking.
Yeah.
Which fit the vibe of this game well, and it made him not that scary.
Sure.
And I do like when you get caught in this game, like it's not like scary, basically like a big like shadow like transition to black of the character that's getting you.
Yeah,
it's
like
a warrior. Yeah. It's kind of cheesy, but I like it.
I do too.
And you kind of have like a bunch of chase scenes with him through here. You have to like you said, like distract him so you can pull the lever and then to move the thing to create more light and different stuff. So you get through there and you get to the alchemist's workshop.
Well, there is a scene where you have to shut the door.
Oh my God, that was kind of scary.
You can see him running from, like, he starts out really small on one side in the background, and you can see him running and he's getting bigger and bigger, and you have to pull a lever to close the wall. Yeah. I waited too long.
Oh no,
I let
really?
him get me. Because I was just like, oh no. Oh,
like, do I turn back? What do I do? Yeah.
I was just so mesmerized by this monster every time he was on the screen.
They had some fun with him. Yeah, with scenes like that. Yeah, it was cool.
Was like, I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but I just want to see what happens.
and this is like more of the content variety, I guess.
Yeah.
That we kind of talked about last episode, where it's like, this was also a nice break from just the regular gameplay.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't really language stuff to do here.
No,
I don't think.
Not a lot.
You just kind of like have to run around and avoid this guy.
Yeah, no, actually, I don't think you get any. Yeah, you don't get any glyphs or anything like that. Yeah.
But then you get a shit ton upstairs.
Yeah, go off on the alchemist area.
Yeah, the alchemists were really fun. They had like workshops and they had the refectory, which I called the cafeteria.
I called it that. Wait, what did I call it? Probably the lunchroom or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
But that area was fun because it opened...
Oh, the diner. That's what I called it. Diner.
Cute, yeah. Because it only opened like a couple times. Like there was a big clock outside and you had to get in there at the right time to get in there. They had a big library, which was cool. That with like multiple floors, and that had a lot of like information and stuff. And it had a manufacturing station with all sorts of like buttons to press and stuff to manipulate, and it was kind of like, it reminded me of like, at like a park at like the play structure.
Oh yeah.
All like the like sensory stuff for kids to do. Yeah. That's what it felt like.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's so true.
Yeah. There's like, oh, here's the tic-tac-toe machine. And here's like the, move the lever around the little map. I don't know.
Here's the little speaker that you can yell into. Yes. And if anyone's on the other end, they'll hear you.
But like, so I played with that for a minute and I got like, did you play with that at all before you needed to?
Yeah.
And I
that's where it makes the key, right? Are you talking about that area? Because I did make a few keys that were useless.
Yeah. Like I manipulated enough to like make it produce.
Yeah.
The like.
We just didn't have the right formula.
And then like after I did that, I was like, what the hell is this? And I went to the door and it's like this huge door And I guess it's the door that the alchemists are working on the perfect formula to create. And
so they can ascend.
Yeah, so they can ascend and join the fairies, because they thought there were fairies through the door for some reason.
Which I was so... This area, the language is so scientific. I was so taken aback when one of the words was fairy.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Because I had that as God. I just put that as God because that was kind of my like base. Like, oh, this is someone higher
above
than them.
Yeah.
They see them as a God. And then I did think I was like, magic maybe? Like they want to
ascend science to magic. Yeah.
Well, it was like something
You're
about
close.
the door. Something about the door, and I was like, they want to blow up the door. But then the guys had wands, and I was so confused. But yeah, fairies. Yeah.
Fairies, man. But yeah, to do that, you have to like go down and open up the gold mine and open up the silver mine and go in there and like create a silver and gold bar so you can feed the machine so it has enough materials.
But to get the silver bar, you have to steal, or you have to take the silverware from the cafeteria and then melt it down into a silver ingot, because there's like another little machine that you have to learn how to use, and then you can take that up. But the scientific, like mathematical, like step by step aspect of this area was cool. You get numbers.
This is the only area that had numbers.
Yeah.
And it was done in a really fun way too, based on like 13th century Cistercian numerals from a Catholic monastery.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but it's basically where you can like, okay, so there's like a vertical bar, which is like the base that's just like, this is what all the numbers is attached to. And you have 4 different quadrants on the top left, top right, bottom left. And each quadrant is like a decimal place kind of or it's like one is the ones place, the tens place, the 100s and the 1000s. So with having nothing coming off the bar would be 0, I suppose. Then you can go all the way up to like 9,999 because there's a little extension off the bar for 1 through 9 that changes, and so you have 4 placements for those. And this was kind of fun to figure out.
It was, because you could actually just look at the numbers that you learned and figure out numbers, and they never confirmed it for you except when you got things right. It was never like confirmed as a like number, if that makes sense.
Well, there was like a calculator.
What?
Yeah.
Where?
It was in the laboratories area.
I totally missed that.
Oh, well, it's like really unclear what you do, because you just like can manipulate this thing and like change the number.
Oh, I did play with that, and I thought, you know, I forgot about it until now, but I thought it was something I was going to come back to. But I see that, like
I suspected that the different number placements were like different, you know, tens, hundreds place, whatever. But I didn't know which was which, so I used that to validate that, if that makes sense.
That's cool.
I used the calculator, and that was fun. I was like, oh cool, I have a little tool that I can play with this. And you end up like finding,
you get into lab 3,
which is where shit went down and the monster was born.
Or
something.
The scientist that was trying to figure out the formula accidentally turned himself into that monster.
Oh, is that what happened?
Well, because you can see like human handprints turn into like monster handprints, and then it like looks like it exploded.
Damn.
So I think when he was trying to figure out the formula, he turned himself into the monster on accident.
That's so sad, because he did discover the formula.
Yeah, and I think later you see that they're trying to help. Like there's language about wanting to help the monster because it's one of their people, and so they're trying to.
I did not catch that. I thought they just wanted to help the monster.
No, it's their scientist. It's their guy.
I mean, scientists might want to help monsters too.
That's true. But I'm like 90% sure that.
No, that sounds right. That kind of like makes sense when I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
How neat. That's a fun story.
Yeah.
And that is one thing, like these areas all have their own little stories. The people want what they want. But yeah, this place had like, it was very much like industrial. It had like iron beams and
lots more mechanics.
Very, very
mechanical things, not mechanics. You know what I mean?
It was very like science and chemistry, and they had like chalkboards with all these shit written on them, and they were all like talking to each other like, I want the formula, I need more silver in my formula or whatever. And so once you get the formula correct, then you have to have that silver and gold bar. Obviously, you take it to the big play structure sensory thing, and you add the proper quantities. And this kind of combines all the elements, because you need to know the symbols for like gold, silver, copper, and like carbon. I think.
Yeah.
And so you have to know like which ones you need. Then you also need to know the quantities. So you have to like add the right
weight,
size weights.
But you have to do math. You have to like add them together, and some of like adding 50 plus 50 to get 100. Or it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fun. And then you make like all the keys look the same.
Yeah,
but you make the correct key, and then you can open the door and ascend to where the fairies are.
And this area, I was like, whoa! We just blew through this area, because the way that you learn their whole language is very quick.
The alchemist area?
No. When you go into the fairy. Once you get into the fairy area, you have these people like Wall-E. Like people that are like in chairs with like a tube that's come down to cover their face.
Yeah, they're like in the Matrix.
In a
like
simulation.
In the VR, yeah.
And some people will talk to you, but there's really like no way to know what they're saying at all. And there's these scattered machines everywhere that when you look at them, there's like a circle inside a circle inside a circle. And in those rings are different glyphs from different languages. And basically, essentially, you have to line up the same word in different languages.
Yeah.
To line up. And that's how you figure out the meaning of all the words in this language.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny too, because at that time, the people that you do talk to are actually saying like, I don't want to talk to you, go away.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. Which like,
yeah, I don't really remember. I don't think I actually went back to talk to any of them once I learned the language. I was like, I don't even want to be in this place.
You can do that. And this place is weird too. It's like, it's not very big, like you said. But like, it's kind of sad. Like, it's like very dim.
Yeah, no one's talking to each other.
Incredibly purpley.
Yeah.
The only like interaction that I can see between people is there is like, you walk past these people that look like they're playing like laser tag on a big screen.
Yeah.
I think that's the developer's other game.
Oh, really?
That they're playing it there. I think so.
That's fun.
Yeah, which I think is
cool.
a nice little Easter egg.
It did seem different than anything else that we had seen, so I was like, what is that?
Yeah, I thought they were playing laser tag in there.
Yeah, I thought it was just some game.
Yeah, but it kind of looked Tron-ish, but I think that was I think that was Rundisk's other game.
That's cool.
And there's also like this weird giant face that's popping out of the ground that like has like pink lasers coming out of it. I don't know.
Oh yeah. It's like a face, and then its mouth is open and its eyes are open, and these lasers are coming out of it, shooting up into the sky. Yeah.
And so you get all the words you need, and then you go to this door that has like a passcode. And the passcode is key open door, which I thought was really stupid.
Yeah.
So you go in there, and there's like all these like control panels and stuff. It's like some kind of control room, and you keep walking, and there's a dude in there on his chair, and he's saying to you like, I've been waiting for you.
Yeah.
Let me just like slow down here and catch up on my notes. He says, greetings, you're the one I've been waiting for. Okay, that's exactly what I said. And these people are the Anchorites. You learn at some point. That's what their name is, the Anchorites.
Yeah.
But he basically is telling you that the Anchorites, he kind of tells you the story of the whole tower of Sennaar that you're at. The Anchorites built the tower. Foreign people came to the tower. Peoples stopped talking. Peoples feared peoples. My people left in exile. We are dying. The tower is dying. I created you. You're the key. Help us. Make the peoples talk. Open the doors. End exile. Revive the tower.
Yeah.
Is what he tells you.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to do. You have to. And I'm trying to think like from here. You have to go make all those connections at the. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's when those little doors show up on your map that weren't there before to represent the purple doors that you didn't have the key for prior, but you get the key.
Oh yeah, you get the like cactus shaped key.
Yeah. And so then you can backtrack to basically open each one of these doors on each level. You have to do a little stealth mission to get through to the big computer and turn it off.
Past this like robot guard.
Yeah. And every time you turn one off, the person in that room disconnects from their little VR, and they're like, "You saved us! Like, like, I'll help you. And then they jump on their computer and they start communicating. And that kind of finishes up these connections. And like I said before, I hadn't interacted with one of these terminals. So I thought I had all the connections after getting through all the purple doors. And I went to go up the final stairs.
Door, yeah.
And they were like, no, don't go through. Like, make the people talk or we'll die. And I was like, what? I thought I did.
We don't want to die.
But then you can look. I looked at the shape that was spinning around and I was like, fuck, there's one more. I can tell that there's not a connection. Where am I supposed to go? Yeah.
Well, that's fortunate that you found it like pretty fast on your Google search though.
Oh,
because that could have been a pain in the ass. I guess if you just looked through a walkthrough, it'd been the first one.
It was just a picture that helped me because seeing that I was like, oh no, there's a whole door that I didn't get.
Yeah.
But it was quick to find it.
And I did like too, like when you did make those connections between people, like, well, first of all, it was really wholesome because it was basically like, oh, we want this. Oh, we can help you with that. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Or like, warriors love music. The impure are foolish. And they're like, well, we make music. And they're like, oh, you make music? We love music. Cool, we're friends now.
Yeah.
But it also like changed the world itself, which I thought was cool. Like where previously the warriors were like barring the doors, the devotees couldn't get through. Now the doors open. There was like a tram or something that or like a cable car.
Yeah.
That the alchemists built for the bards. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a bunch of stuff like that. I don't think I saw it all.
Yeah.
But I know every time you made a connection, there was some kind of change to the world.
Yeah, I would say something in the tower has changed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which I thought was a really fun little touches. They didn't have to do that, but they did, and it was nice.
It was.
They didn't let us dress up though. So that kind of makes me mad. This was like it was so creepy when you did like as you went to each door though and like disconnected the like exile face, like the spooky face, because he was like,
he got angrier and angrier.
Yeah.
I was like, uh-oh, I'm making him mad.
Yeah. Well, the first thing I think that he says is like, are you afraid to die? I will help you.
Yeah.
The people of exile do not die, meaning like the people who are like stuck in the Matrix machines or whatever. And I'm like, oh, heebie-jeebie land.
Yeah, he's a freak.
This is scarier than like the monster, I feel like. Yeah. And he's getting like really upset.
Yeah.
And so like then when you do solve it all and you're ready to ascend and you go through like the big final door up there, like his robots come out of the side and like
they zap you
and you like pass out.
But don't worry, you wake back up.
Yeah. And I was so confused. I was like, oh, I guess like I survived, but it's raining now.
That was like their last stand and they didn't get me.
Yeah. Like I'm too cool. Like my sleeveless shirt saved me or something. I don't know.
And this is where I got upset that there was no music.
Oh.
Because I was like, this is Endgame. I was like, this is Endgame. Why is there no music? Because you're kind of spiraling up the very top of this tower. And yes, it's cloudy and it's raining. And no music at all. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I'm a little upset. Like, this is the climax of the game and I'm not getting any music? Yeah. And then you have this comical moment.
And I'm like trying to remember exactly like how you transition, but like,
well, you push the button and
at the top
that is supposed to be like you're gonna like save the tower, and it just is like meh.
Oh yeah, like starts to power up and it like fails
and then you go and you sit on the side and it just says the end. And then I was like, what?
And then the game like starts over.
Yes. Yeah.
And then like even like the developer comes back up and like it run disc, but it's like kind of glitchy.
Yeah.
And, like Chants of Sennaar and it's kind of glitchy or whatever. And you start the game over. You come out of your damn casket thing, manufacture it all over again.
Yeah. Yeah. But essentially you're replaying the game like in the very beginning, but then the kid that helps you in the beginning is like way earlier.
Yeah.
And they're like waving you over to the other side where you couldn't go before.
And it's interesting because I was like, well, first of all, there's like things that are different. Like it's kind of screwed up. Like before you were like moving these water things up and down from these, there were like these locks, I guess, that control the water, but there was like a pile of locks that wasn't there before. Mm-hmm. And you also like couldn't get through this door that you need to get through. And that's where the kid says like, come on. But I was like, oh yeah, there was that path that you couldn't get to before. I totally forgot about it.
Yes. Yeah.
And,
you start going through doorways and just like transporting to different sections of the tower.
And every section is like, oh, I've been here before, but this is like a screwed up version.
Yeah, it's like things are like scribbled, like there's writing on the wall and like things are broken.
And certain words are like glitched out.
Yeah. The screen itself glitches every time you get transported to a new part.
And so you you figure out pretty fast, like, oh crap, like I got by those robots earlier. Like now I'm in the Matrix.
Yeah. Like this is a simulation.
Yeah. Like, damn it, Agent Smith.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of fun though, because you're like going back through all the worlds and like solving little mini puzzles. And you even like have like a fun chase scene with the monster.
Yeah.
Where I don't know, it kind of goes on for a little while, but it's like almost like a Scooby-Doo chase scene where it's like you're running down different hallways. That part I thought was really cute.
Yeah.
And like finally, I don't know if there's anything else you want to touch on in that.
No, it's super quick.
It's kind of it starts off a little slow and then it gets faster and faster. And finally you like get to yourself in the Matrix and you unplug yourself. And so then you wake up.
Yeah. Because it's like the machine is trying to keep you from getting to yourself basically this whole time. And
then so finally you can actually go to the top. And much like in Fretless, everybody's waiting for you up on the roof. Everybody that you met.
Yeah.
There's, representatives from each of the cultures that you met and everybody's
it's
getting
sunny.
along.
It's sunny as you walk up there. There's music as you're running up there. Yeah.
And so finally you can like activate the top of the tower and it like shuts down the exile face and all the languages. Like there's like a thing that pops up that has like different glyphs from the languages, like all the things they wanted, like God and formula and like kind of how they're all one.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like showing that all languages are the same. And I think everybody, at least in my head, like everybody can communicate freely now.
Yes.
Which is really nice.
Yeah. Well, you helped create those connections between each world, essentially, even though they're in the same area.
Yeah. And so it's like, oh, you brought Peace of the Tower. How nice.
Yeah. It was just such a good game.
I thought the ending was just really fun because it totally, I didn't expect the like Matrix thing to happen.
Yeah.
And the Matrix thing was fun. Like, you think it's over, but it ain't over.
But it's not too much more.
No, it's definitely not too much. Doesn't drag on. And then it's just like really nice ending. It doesn't, So Chants of Sennaar.
Chants of Sennaar. Go check it out.
Good stuff. Looking at my notes that I closed on accident.
That always happens to me on these ones because I set the iPad down for so long.
Yeah, I you can find like a lot of resources online about the different inspirations for the culture and the writing and the architecture and stuff, but I struggled to find like a good source that collected a lot of it. I will say like the best one that I looked at, I think, was a website called intoindiegames.com has a nice article called Behind the Games Myths and Languages, which I thought was fun. I recommend. We'll link that in the show notes. I will send that to you, Emma.
Yep.
So like look at that. It has some of the info that I kind of sprinkled in as we were talking about the game. It talks a little bit more, I think, about like the different language structures, like subject, object, verb, subject. Yeah, subject, object, verb, subject, verb, object,
verb, subject.
Yeah, stuff like that. And mentions like how the alchemist language was kind of like Chinese in that it combined multiple elements to make one word, like multiple parts of words, if that makes sense. Which like Japanese does that as well, like the kanji. And so that was neat. I recommend checking that out. There wasn't, like I said, it's not extremely thorough. You got to go to a lot of different sources to get a lot of stuff, but I thought that was a good one. But Emma, are you a student of the Bible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You're devout. You're a devotee.
No.
So me neither. But I feel like randomly I've looked at several Bible stories lately. This is one. I was talking to my partner who went to a Catholic high school. She's not religious, but and she was like, "Oh, this sounds like the Tower of Babel." Are you familiar with this?
I'm not. Not.
Okay, so let me read you the Bible verses. Let's
you.
have our Bible study.
Great.
And we'll see what connections you can make.
Okay.
And so this is I feel like what I've learned from learning about this and the about how Noah cursed his grandson for something, but that's a story for another day, is that there's like a million versions of the Bible. So this is from BibleGateway.com. This is the new international version of Genesis.
Okay.
Genesis 11 here. Now the whole world had one language and a common speech. As people moved eastward, they found a plain in Shinar and settled there. They said to each other, "Come, let's make bricks and bake them thoroughly." They used brick instead of stone and tar for mortar. Then they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens, so that we may make a name for ourselves, otherwise we will be scattered over the face of the whole earth." But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower the people were building. The Lord said, "If as one people speaking the same language they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language so they will not understand each other." So the Lord scattered them from there over all the earth, and they stopped building the city. That is why it was called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of the whole world. From there the Lord scattered them over the face of the whole earth.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That is cool. So it's like, I don't think this game was trying to, be overtly biblical reference, but it definitely takes strong inspiration, I think, from that story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just in that, like, it does seem like originally in this story, maybe they did have the same language and then they got separated.
Yeah.
And also like the idea of like a higher power, a more powerful power, like kind of creating that separation, like the exile thing, whatever it was in this game.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And even just this time reading it, I kind of paused because I was like, wait a minute, like the area that the Tower of Babel was located was called Shinar.
Yeah.
But this is Chants of Sennaar.
Yeah. Wow.
So similar.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. That's the other thing I learned is a lot of times Bible stories are just short like that. Like that's the whole story as far as I know.
Huh.
So yeah.
Cool.
The Bible, who knew?
The Bible. That's a short book.
Yeah, books. And that's it.
That's it.
That concludes our discussion episode for Chants of Sennaar. Join us next week. We're going to talk about a different game. We're going to talk about Anomaly Agent. Is that right?
I don't know.
Yes. It's right.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, of course. Next week, we're going to talk about Anomaly Agent. We're going to get in the rating episode for that, followed by the discussion episode after that on the following Tuesday. Give us a follow, rate us, review us, however you want to show us love. Email us at letmebeyourgg@gmail.com. That's LETMEBEYOURGG. Send us a game request. We'll play your game.
Yeah.
Someday. You can find us on socials as Let Me Be Your GG, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and X. Also, if you want to, you can find us as Let Me Be Your Game Guide on TikTok. Our patreon.com/letmebeyourgg has some extra content for y'all. Thank you guys for listening. We can't wait to see you next week. And thank you so much for letting me be your game guide. GG, y'all.
Bye.
And I'm thinking, was that a joke?
No,
and then I didn't laugh, and I'm like, oh shoot, I'm reinforcing the stereotype that girls aren't funny. Girls are funny.
No, they are.
Funny looking. Ooh, got him. Okay, let's record.